Hello there. This is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. A combination of appearance and personality makes a man sexy to a woman. Now, y'all know me. If y'all read my books, Nice Guys and Players and Sexual Chemistry, and Meeting Attractive Women, and also A Player's Eyes, y'all know I talk a lot about sex appeal. Y'all know I talk a whole lot about sex appeal. And this is very important. Now, what is sex appeal? Now, some people think it's just the physical part. And yeah, that plays a big thing. That's why I promote the body game and getting yourself as physically appealing as possible because women understand something with women. They are turned on by their senses. They are turned on by their senses. So they are turned on visually, but they also turned on by what they hear, what they smell, what they taste, and most importantly, what they touch. So when you in great shape, yeah, that turns them on. But that's only a part of it. Because the famous thing that women say, they'll meet a guy and he looks good to them. He could be handsome, tall, built, all of that, until he opens his mouth. And they'll say he was all right till he opened his mouth. Or he could be boring. He could be boring. So there's another part that truly makes a man sexy, and that's his personality. He got to have a personality. He can't, in order for a man to have zero personality and still get women, it has to be a combination of his physicality. He would have to be beyond all shadow of a doubt an alpha showpiece. He had to be kicking it perfectly. And we talking less than 1% of the global men globally are like that. Right. And then that woman, she'd have to be the type who's just that pressed, that pressed. It is ironically, is usually not the very attractive women, ironically. Right. But it's that personality that really kicks it into gear. Because see here, let me get a little deep with y'all. A man, he could look a certain way, but he could be sexually repressed. Let me say that again. He could be sexually repressed for a variety of reasons. Maybe the religion he grew up in said, oh, yeah, sex before marriage is wrong. So he'll be repressed. Or he could have, I don't know, it could be, I don't know, a negative sexual experience when he was young. Or it could be anything. Or he grew up in an environment where they just didn't get down like that. It could be several things. Now, a woman might look at the guy, say he looked good, and that draws him over there. That's the bait. But then she isn't turned on when she actually deals with him. And this is very important. That's when the personality comes in. See, understand something with women. See, men, we can just look at a woman's physicality and want to get with her. Her personality ain't as important. In fact, the ideal woman for many men to have sex with is that woman who will just sit there, smile, and just perform the sex act. For many men, that's why a lot of men will pay for the sex. They ain't necessarily. And in fact, many will say they're not necessarily paying for the sex; they're paying for her to leave. The overwhelming majority of women aren't like that. See, you got to hit a woman not just physically, but you gotta appeal to her emotionally. Her emotions are good. And what do I constantly say? I say if you look at preachers and pimps, they appeal to the woman's emotions. So you got to hit that too. So to be really sexual or considered sexy, you got to hit her emotions. Plus, now I just talked about sexual repression. You have to be sexually open yourself. A man, and that's part of your personality. Your personality has to be open for sex. You can't be sexually repressed and think that woman is going to find you sexy. Now she might find you attractive, she might, and she'll go over and talk to you, but she ain't gonna be turned on. And see, part of that turn on is whether or not your personality clicks with hers, whether you can have that conversation, whether you can make her laugh, whether you can make her feel sexually comfortable, whether you have the type of personality that's not going to judge her sexual nature. Let me talk about that for a second. A lot of men get in trouble because, yeah, they want sex with the woman, but then judge her for actually having sex. Let me seriously, think about that. You get a woman who, a man, he wants the woman, he want to tear her up. He want to, suck on those breastises and ride that big old butt dunk. Right? Had those legs wrapped around his back or pinned back along by her head and everything. All right, that's cool. But then when she do it, he judging her. Many men have done that. That's why a lot of women hold back with some men. They want to have sex with them, but they were like, well, they don't want to be judged. Nah. But you got to have that personality. You got to have, first you got to have a basic look to you that draws her. And that's really just your appearance. And that's not just your physicality, but how you dress, how you carry yourself and everything. And then you got to have that personality that gets her relaxed enough to want to have sex with you. And then click, that she can laugh with you. She feels good in your presence. And that's the important thing. Let me talk about that feeling thing. Yeah, women look, but they also need to feel a man. That's why a lot of women will say they got turned on by a man because of the vibes that he gave. That's a feeling. That's a very important thing. So you got to have that combination. And then, honestly, I said appearance and personality, but let's throw part of that personality has to be masculine. Let me say that again. Part of that personality, you got to be a masculine dude. A woman is not going to get turned on by a man who's acting as girly as she is or feminine. He's not acting hard. He's not acting in a traditional masculine way. In fact, I can't even call it traditional nowadays. We got so many soy boys out here. Real talk. So you still got to act masculine. So that's in there too. But the main things that get them over there, the things he noticed at first, are the appearance and the personality. I give you an example of that. Okay, a woman go on a date with you, right? She go on a date because she liked your appearance. And your appearance is not just your body, but your style, everything. How you wear your clothes, your image. She makes a judgment off that image. She's reading you off that image. Okay, she look good. She like, oh, okay, you look nice. You ask her on a date. I go out to that restaurant. If y'all don't have anything to talk about, she's like, or you don't make her laugh or something. She don't have a good time. But that's the personality. In fact, old school players, they will say, hey, you got to click, And honestly, a man should be thinking that for women as well. But like I said, a lot of times we just looking at her body, her face and her body and everything. We ain't thinking about her personality, But women are definitely doing that, and that's how they looking at a man. That is how they looking at. They are looking at the whole package. You gotta understand that level right there. And see, I think I don't think enough is talked about that. One, because a lot of women don't really share. Well, one thing with women, every single one has a different idea of what she considers sexy. Because even saying appearance and personality, the thing is, it depends on what she likes in an appearance. All women don't like the same thing. And personality depends on what her personality is. So, but those are the basic things. Like a lot of men lose out on a woman because they got jacked up personalities. Seriously. So anyway, right? And that's just the basics. That's just the basics right there. So anyway, y'all, that's all I got for now. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.